Welcome back. Strategic Investor Al checking in. As usual, thank you for tuning in. Your support is highly appreciated. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of joy and positive vibes along with good health. So, in this video, I'll be discussing my second strategy to build a strong position on MSTY throughout the year. The goal is to build MSTY at a decent average cost, maximizing distribution and minimizing NAV erosion. Why am I so focused on NAV erosion? Well, for one, I will be utilizing margin. We want to avoid margin calls. Two, I want to be able to preserve my return on capital while growing MSTY, which is why I'm conducting this experiment. Will it work? Well, we'll find out at the end of the year. On year two, the plan is to utilize the distributions from MSTY to build other Yieldmax positions. So far, I want to start building NVIDIA, Coney, AMZ, and maybe YMAX. Those are the ones that are in my list of interests. Would I do all three of them or all four of them? Maybe just one at a time. We'll see. We have plenty of time to decide by then, okay? So enough babbling. Let's get started. So first of all, I want to say what is to sell a put. So basically, you're basically entering a contract with the intent to buy 100 shares of MSTY, but at your desired strike price with an expiration date. Okay. If the market price, which right now is at 27.35, falls below my strike price by expiration date, then I will be obligated to buy the 100 shares at my selected strike price. Okay. Now, if it doesn't fall below my strike price and it stays above it, then at expiration date I will have my collateral back and I'll get to keep my premium that I generated from that contract. Now, the premium, whether you get assigned or whether whether the contract expires worthless, you will get to keep. That's paid to you up front for making that contract. Okay. All right. With that being said, I don't think I explained that great. So let's do a visual. Let's do a pretend visual because right now the market is closed. So I can only do a pretend. Okay. Now let's do a demonstration. We're gonna go to trade options. Okay. We are going to pick an expiration date. First of all, we're going to make sure you see this over here. You can buy a call or buy a put. We want to make sure that we are going to sell a put. Okay, very important. Now, we're going to pick an expiration day. At this time, I think I'm going to pick, you know what, let's do this Friday. Let's do this Friday. The expiration date is basically when the contract will expire. Okay, on this day after the market closes, we'll find out if the contract expired worthless or if you will get assigned 100 shares. If the contract expired worthless, meaning the actual ETF market price, which is right here, was above my strike price, by closing, you won't be assigned 100 shares of MSTY and you will get your collateral back. Okay, because every time you do a sell put, they will take the amount of money from your buying power and they will hold that as collateral. Okay, now you will get your collateral back and you get to keep your premium, which we already discussed. That premium, whether it expires worthless or whether you get assigned, it becomes yours no matter what. Okay, now if you get assigned, you will be obligated to buy the 100 shares at your strike price, Whether the share price is at 26, 25, 24, or close to 27, you are obligated to buy it at 27 because those are the terms that you agreed upon. Okay. All right. So back to the chain. Um, the premiums. You see these premiums over here? You may be wondering, where is that premium coming from? Okay. So the premium is coming from the actual buyer that's agreeing to buy your contract. Okay. This premium that you are getting gives them the right but not the obligation to exercise the contract if it becomes profitable on their end. Okay, meaning that if they exercise before your expiration date, you could get assigned 100 shares. Okay, they have that power because of that premium that they just paid you. Okay, that's where the premium is coming from, and that's the purpose of that premium. But again, um, at $27, I am perfectly fine getting assigned at that price because again, as you can see, if we go back, right now my average cost is 29.27. So I feel that if I get assigned at $27 or less, it's gonna bring my dollar cost average down, which is the purpose of this experiment. We want to keep dollar cost averaging down when the market has those pullbacks, which right now, as you can see, this is basically a nice pullback that we can capitalize on. Okay. All right. Uh, let's go back. Trading options, January 21st, sell a put. We're gonna go over 26.50. We're gonna hit sell, and here we go. So basically, if you hit review, first of all, if you see this limit price over here, it's basically the premium that you will get, and here is the actual premium that you get after fees. Okay, because they're gonna charge you a 3 penny fee for that contract. Let's review it and take a look at the terms here below. It explains all the terms about your contract. You are agreeing to buy 100 shares of MSTY for $26.50 each before or on January 31st. If you aren't asked by MSTY, then you'll keep your collateral and the full 15 credit, which we already explained. That credit is yours whether it gets assigned or whether it expires worthless. It's yours. Okay. As you can see, the collateral right over here, the $2,650, is going to come out from your buying power and they're going to be holding it. All right. So you're not going to be able to see that collateral. It's not going to be available to you anymore because they hold it. All right. All right. So enough about that. Let's go back and let's see. I think that covers it. Oh, yeah, one more thing. So, what am I going to do with that premium that we just generated for doing that option? Well, we're going to be reinvesting it back into the fund with by setting another selective limit order. Which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should go watch my first video explaining that strategy. Okay, because I did a video just focused on that. Okay, so in conclusion, not only selling puts allows me to control my buying entries, but it also generates me an additional income source. Okay, and this is going to be helping me out to accomplish my goal faster. For one, if I get assigned, this would bring my average cost down, as you can see, and it helps me maintain a healthy total return on capital, which right now is in the negative. Okay, so that if my contract goes through and it gets assigned, my total return is going to go down, and that's what we want throughout the year. Okay, and you got to remember too, MST moves along with MSTR, and MSTR is a wild one. They move a lot. It's very volatile. Okay. My second reason why I like to sell puts is because the premiums that you generate to contracts become another source of income, as previously explained, and it's going to help me grow my position faster on MSTY. Okay, it's going to grow my position faster and efficiently because again I'm going to be reinvesting, and that's basically free money that I generated through doing that contract. Okay. uh what's my third reason? My last reason why I love selling puts is because when you sell puts on margin, you don't get charged interest on unless the contract is assigned to me. Okay, so basically I have to own the shares and get assigned for them to start charging me margin interest. Okay, so if we don't get assigned, we just make free money to reinvest it back and grow the ETF passively and conservatively. Okay, so that's another reason why I love that, because basically I'm utilizing free money to make more money. Yes, we all love that, I'm sure. All right, so I think that wraps it up for today's video. Hopefully this video would benefit someone besides me. And if you know anybody out there that can actually benefit from this video, please share. As usual, this is not financial advice. This is just for experimental and entertainment purposes. Be sure to subscribe to see what's going to be the outcome of this portfolio, man. I sure hope that I can actually make that happen. It would be amazing, and yes, I would be super happy. Okay, leave me a like or a comment below. Thank you for your valuable time, and I'll see you on the flip. Strategic Investor Al is out. Take care.